Hi everyone, it's Adriana here, and today I'm showing you a very quick technique on how to use the cut foil and emboss die. The one I'm using today is the Couture Creations nesting lace frames. Now this is quite a nice collection of dies that cut, foil and emboss. Now if you don't have a foiling machine, if you don't want a foiling machine, you can still use these dies with your normal die cutting machine. And also you can ink the actual die, so anything that wears foil will be stamped with ink, pigment ink. So today I'm going to show you how versatile these dies are. This one here, there is 3 in the set. So I created 3 cards 3 ways. So the first card here I'll show you is exactly what is intended to be, using the foil with the Go Press foil machine, and using this cut foil and emboss die, you can actually foil beautiful beautiful die borders for your cards. The next thing you can use with the leftover of, once you've foiled that element, you can use the leftover to create some beautiful backgrounds. So that's 2 ways you can use this die. And then the other way you can use it is by not using foil and just inking it with some inks and running that through your die cutting machine. So one set of dies can create 3 different techniques or 3 different versions of the card or the elements that you can create with this fabulous nesting dies, especially these cut foil and emboss dies from Couture Creations. So let's get on with it. I have my Go Press foil machine on. I've had it on for a little bit just to heat up. I have one of these sets of the nesting lacing frames, but my version, normally when you buy your nesting frames, they will be in a silver matte finish. But being on the design team, sometimes we get pre-productions of these dies so we can have a play with it and see if there's anything that we need to adjust or fix up. So I have a black version because this is a pre-production version before they go out to manufacturing for you guys to buy from your stores. So I have the 3 elements in there. I'm going to do a run through of how do you use it with your Go Press foil machine, and you need to have on your Go Press foil machine the metal conversion plate. It's the thicker of the 2 plates. There's one called the metal shim, but this one here is the thick metal conversion plate. You need this on your platform of your Go Press foil machine, or else these dies will not work. Placing a piece of foil, I pre-cut this beautiful gold speckled foil, heat activated foil. We have 72 different colors of foils and 5 meters in a roll. I'm placing a piece of cardstock on top, and I'm just letting that heat through because I've opened this lid up a few times. I'm just letting that heat through. As you can see, it's flashing red, the thermostat's running through. Once that's heated up and it's gone green, we'll pop that through my die cutting machine. So the next thing I'm going to show you after I've done this is actually how you can use the actual dies, running it through your normal die cutting machine and stamp inking. And also how to use the leftovers of once I've foiled this. So as you can see, it's green, so I'm going to just slide that off my platform gently, grabbing my die cutting machine. I'm using the Go Cut and Emboss machine. You can use any type of machine as long as it has a 6-inch opening wide mouth for your platform of the Go Press foil machine to go through. Now as you can see, I'm doing this very, very slowly. And that is the key. Do not do it fast. You need to go really, really slow. And sometimes you may need to go up and down a few times. But I'm just going to go, I've done 1, 2, and then I'm just going to go 1 more time up, just to make sure that foil is activated onto the cardstock, and the pressure from the metal conversion plate helps with that to cut foil and emboss in one go. So I'm placing that back on my platform because I'm going to show you how to use the leftovers of once you've done the cut, foil and emboss die. So as you can see, it's actually cut through, right? And you'll see 3 pieces of cut through. 1, 2, 3. Just give it a bit of a wiggle, and you can see how beautiful that is foiled. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the waste I'm talking about. We're not going to throw that away. I'm just popping that down now. Just give this another bit of a wiggle. There we go. Look at that. Now you don't have to use those 3 together. You can just use the center, just the big large center or the small center or the little flowery center in the middle. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Perfect results every time, and that's what I love about the Go Press foil machine. You get perfect results. So that's ready to be created on the card. So as you can see with this card, I've used the outer and this middle part in the center of my card. One way to use the Go cut and foil and emboss dies. The next one I'm going to show you is how to use with your leftovers. Now you can see these beautiful leftovers. I'm going to show you how to use that. You don't need your metal dies on the actual platform, so I'm going to just pop those along there to cool down. Leave your metal conversion plate on your platform. I'm just going to grab some cardstock. Now ideally you need to use something of the same thickness, probably about 300 GSM is really good, but you have to have a play as well. You must have a play. So I'm just placing all of those pieces together. Oh, in fact I might just do that, just do the center piece like that. So I've placed that into a folded card ready to go on my card. So as you can see that, I'm going to now turn that around so the foiling is placed face down, and placing that under my metal conversion plate. Now be careful, it is quite hot. So I've got asbestos fingers here, so my fingers are sort of used to this heat, but if you act quickly it won't hurt at all. Okay, placing that underneath. Now because I don't have the thickness of the die in my machine, you may need to put a couple of paper shims. I've just got a couple of paper shims, they're not very thick, just to give it extra pressure when you're running this through your die cutting machine. So this technique is using the leftovers of what I actually foiled from before. Okay, now it's gone green, and I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine in 1 minute. So the card, the finished card, would be this card here, which I've used the leftovers. Now you may not get a true foiling because it's going through twice, but it's kind of like a distressed look, and it's really lovely. I like that distressed look. So let's run that through my die cutting machine. It's gone green. I'm going to run that through. And again, slow is a key, and also may need to go up and down a few times. Again, the best thing to do is have a play with them, see what works. You may need extra shims, you may need paper shims on top, you may need to put different cardstock. Try and have a go. It's the fun thing about this is playing with it and having a go, and I loved it, just loved playing with it, because you can get different results every time, and there are so many different techniques that can be done with this leftovers as well. I find this is quite the best way. So I run that through 1, 2, 3 times. Again, I'm going to lift this all up. Now just be careful because that's quite hot. I'm going to quickly grab the cardstock underneath, and you shall see that if I just grab my little picking tool, you will see that all the leftover foiling has transferred. See how that's all clear? has transferred onto my cardstock. Now, this what's happened here, it wasn't enough heat on this. Probably should have done that, maybe gone through up and down about another 2 more times. That's what's happened there. But I'm trying to show you very quickly how to go. I don't mind that distress look. So that's a card ready to go. So all I do is just cut that off. So that's a card that I created here. You can see the foiling in the center and around the side. That is a negative of the card that I produced before. Okay, so whatever didn't foil is foiled onto there. That's the best thing about using leftovers, so you're not wasting anything. And then the other technique is you don't need your Go Press foil machine. You just need a die cutting machine and also your sandwich for your die cutting machine. So basically what I need to do is just ink the cut foil and emboss. The best results I find if it's a pigment ink, works really well, and also depending on the thickness of your card and what effects you can get. So I'm just going to run this through on some white cardstock. I'm not going to, there we go, some white cardstock. I'm not going to do all three, I'm just going to show you very quickly. So with my Go Cut Emboss machine, I have that on my C plate, cardstock and my B plate. I'm just going to quickly wipe down that ink before I get my machine out. These will not harm your dies. They will work fine after and again and again. So this is the way I wanted to show you how versatile these cut foil and emboss dies are. You can foil, you can emboss, you can use the leftover foil, or you can just use it with your normal die cutting machine and ink. You don't even have to ink it, you can just emboss it. And as you can see, it's cut, foiled, not foiled, cut, and you can see it's quite an indentation there. You can get quite an embossed raised image. That's a beautiful element for a card. So on my card here, I used the same technique, but I did it with pink paper, and I got a beautiful border for my card. So there we go. That's just a quick run through on how to use cut foil embossed dies. You don't have to foil them. If you foil them, you can get two results: normal foiling and leftover foiling with the negatives. And if you don't foil it, you're just ink stamping them, or even just run them through a die cutting machine. You'll still get the die cut out. You don't have to have the ink, you can just have it as an embossed, and there's another card there. So that's just a quick run through. I hope you like to see more. I'm going to be creating some more cards with using the cut foil and emboss dies. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.